Hey everybody, John Panic with the Mojave Valley Daily News.
I don't know what's so funny.
We're here for Q&A. Today my guest is John Hassett. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. John is the owner of Desert Lawn Funeral Home, Crematory, and Memorial Gardens, along with a couple other places that we'll talk about, and 100 places that he won't talk about.
It's classified.
Yes, he tries to. John is a very let's keep it packed tight
I think we
kind of a
referenced
guy.
Batman earlier. Was that something like
Yes,
that?
Batman.
Just a lot
That's
less
right. He
money
is-
and skills.
Yeah, you do have the dope black car though. So
That
that's-
is true, the
that's
Batmobiles.
nice. All right, so the first thing that this is Q&A, so please enter your comments there in your questions in the comments section, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, and we will monitor those and try and get those answered for you. But to get things rolling, I wanted to talk about your Memorial Day ceremony. I was privileged to be down there for it, just like your Veterans Day celebration that you have down at Desert Lawn. It's a very, you make that turn off of, well, that's Laguna, and then is it Stay Laguna?
Then, yeah, well, Laguna, and then it wraps into Ranchero.
Okay, so you make that turn off of Ranchero up your driveway, and as soon as you make that turn, it's like, I mean, you just
a different world.
Well, yeah.
Got grass, trees, yeah.
Well, and really the flag-lined roads there are awesome. It just it's really inspiring watching that. Yeah, see, I'm trying the arrow; it doesn't work.
2-finger scroll.
Oh, I got it. All right, yeah, 2-finger scroll.
It's a Mac.
I got it. All right.
Oh, so you finally got a good computer, huh?
We have a question already. So, but I just wanted to thank you publicly here in front of everybody. Your father Kevin started it 30 some years ago.
30. I'm going to get corrected on it by somebody, probably Janelle, but 35 years, 34 years.
Yeah, it's an awesome. Both the Memorial Day ceremony and the Veterans Day ceremony are both pretty incredible events.
Thank you. They're a little bit different. I mean, you got the somber service, and then you got more of the celebration, which that's coming up. So,
but you have them out there playing taps and presenting the flag and all that stuff. It's very. If you haven't had a chance to get out there and see it, you need to go out and see it. But I just wanted to express our appreciation for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We have a question already.
All right, let's pre-screen that.
I'm not sure, as the owner, if it's something you'll be able to answer or
Probably not, but I'm going to give it a whirl.
Darian says, what kind of flower arrangements are good for the desert for a wedding that is...
What time of the year are you talking about? Because if it's right now, nothing.
Nothing lasts?
Not outside. No, we do, as you can imagine, the floral business slows down slightly in the summertime. We actually try to encourage people for, whether pick-up or making sure people are home during deliveries, because leaving flowers on the porch, it's not effective, as you can imagine, in the heat. But believe it or not, we get flowers from all over. We have a supplier in Hawaii that sends us anything tropical we want. We can get it every week. So it's up to you, really. I mean, great question. Just don't leave it outside.
Because it will cook, kind of like the rest of us.
And I guess I could have said, when they said what flowers, I should have said the expensive ones.
Yes, the most expensive ones.
I was trying to keep it, professional.
So, in case you are unaware, John also owns the Bullhead City Florist.
Yep.
So go buy the expensive ones at Bullhead City Florist,
Right.
and those are the best ones
Those are
for
the
this
best.
weather.
Those will last the longest, hands down, no questions asked. We actually, as being in the funeral business my entire life, since well, not me since the 40s, but my family. We did all of our business with Chuck at Bullhead City Florist, and when it was time for him to retire, it seemed like a natural transition. It's just what made sense. So he wanted to spend time with family and do a little bit of traveling. He's since moved out of the area, but it made sense to have that transition into our family so that we can continue to serve the community.
Well, it's been good, and I know that you've got some plans coming up. We have an event that's actually going on right now with Bullhead City Florist that you have contributed a bunch of money to and time and effort in that. But Marley Nichols asked, is our ROTC going to be there? No, it's done by who are the guys that do the presenting
the posts. So we have a couple of different posts in our area, veterans posts, 10,005, there's the really big number for the other one, but they're the ones who come out. We have had the ROTC there in the past. It's a little bit challenging for scheduling with kids and things like that on holidays through the schools, but we always encourage them and welcome them to be at our events. The easiest one to deal with is the Post, and that's because we work with them on all of our funeral services regardless.
Yeah, and I know that we wanted to do a flag raising a year ago, or the 404. Darian Mitchell said the 404. I think Post 404 is what he's talking about. We wanted to do a flag raising a couple of years ago, and we had to coordinate with you because you had them already slated because it was Veterans Day. So, yeah, that's a tough thing. Oh.
With those guys, they're great guys. They come out every service. It doesn't matter if it's windy and cold or hot, sunny, which are really the only two weathers we have here. But they come out every single service. They honor our fallen veterans. They do an amazing job. We can't thank them enough for what they do for us.
Okay, here's another one I'm not sure you can do, but
all right, let's have it.
What is the best season to purchase Hardy Mums based on availability, and do you carry them? From Gary Jones.
So, Gary, we're going to circle back to that because I'm going to Google Hardy Mums at the moment. So leave that one up because I'm going to find out.
Hardy
I'm going to
Mums.
get
Hardy
that
Mums,
answer.
I've never heard of it either.
If this is a prank, Gary, I'm not answering you.
Yeah. Could have been a setup.
All right, so let's talk about the Bullhead City Florist thing that we're talking about right now. So,
Okay.
Grace Hecht and
Yep.
Make Bullhead Better, was it her idea?
She actually got a hold of me, I think just yesterday, and asked if it was something. And so the initial thing that came to mind, she said, can we laser engrave flasks for the postal delivery people? And I thought, you want them drinking on the job? And then I said, oh, like Yeti tumblers. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes, we could do that. I mean, I would do the flask for them anyways, but yeah. So once we had that conversation, it made a lot more sense, and I think it was a great idea.
All right, so what's happening is you can go to the Tri-State Ace Hardware. I guess you could really go anywhere to get them, but you can go to Tri-State Ace at Bullhead, right up here at Riverview Mall, next to Joanne's. You can purchase the Yeti. There's two different sizes, a 26 ounce or an 18 ounce. They're anywhere from $29 to $39. Give them to the Ace Hardware checker, and they'll put them aside for Grace to pick up. Or you can take them over to the Bullhead City Florist, which is in the same mall. It's over there next to Meoni's.
Yep.
And they will engrave them. They engrave it with donated by, and then your name or business.
Yeah, so if you want to donate just to do it, just to support the cause, great. If you want to do it from a business, like Melody, if you're watching out there, I'd like Finley to get in on this, buy about 10 of them. So if you want to do something like that, donated by Finley, we can do that as well.
You know darn well that if you are on, Melody is watching.
That's probably a given.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I didn't forget about you. Was it Gary?
Gary Jones, yeah.
I'm getting you an answer, Gary. We're going to find those Hardy Mums. I've never seen them before, but we're going to get you an answer.
And yes, it is VFW 404. Honor Patriot Guard, I think, is what they're actually go by. All right. And then the Bullhead City Florist has some other things that you're thinking around Christmas that we're going to get.
So we
some
do a
more
holiday
news.
party. For those of you who don't know or have never attended, we do a holiday party every year. We've been doing it for, well, I've been doing it for the past this will be 2 years, but Kim Jost, who's our manager there, she's been doing it for, she's been there 30 plus years, give or take.
Really?
Yeah. So
Does she know about Hardy Mums?
that's actually who I texted.
Okay.
She better know about Hardy Mums, because if the manager of a floral shop doesn't, we're going to have to reevaluate this one. But so we do it every year, and she actually starts working on it months before. She'll start planning, and we do a lot of our inventory purchasing, a lot of our baking and fun stuff. So that'll be the big changes for our holiday party this year.
Good. All
big
right.
announcements.
So keep your eyes peeled for that. As soon as we know about it, we will let you know. All Pets Go to Heaven. Another one. It's kind of you mentioned Janelle earlier. She's the one that she runs All Pets Go to Heaven, correct?
Right. So when Janelle started working for me, she just hit her 7th anniversary, I believe. Yeah, in June.
Should give her a raise.
That's not something we need to put on
Okay,
air.
all right, I'm
Yeah.
just-
Janelle, log off of this. So so she just hit her anniversary, and then shortly after she started working for me, we started All Pets Go to Heaven. She came on just writing pre-need and kind of just taking care of families when it comes from a pre-planning standpoint. And we kind of just fell into the pet business. People were calling us all the time asking if we cremate animals and if we'll take care of that. And I never really even thought about it. And
It's Kevin never did that?
no, my dad
Business
never
never did that before that? Wow.
So I called around and I got some information on pet cremation units and went and talked to Janelle one day at lunch. Said, "You want to do it?" She goes, "Sure." As you know, she says that to everything. Right?
Yes.
So, yeah, sure, let's do it. So she does that. Now she manages our Parker Funeral Home, and she's got a couple other ones under the belt coming up real soon. So, yeah.
All right, so if you're not familiar, you can go to the website and learn about All Pets Go to Heaven. But basically, it's not only cremation, but you get this beautiful plaque with some of your pets.
Yep, little certificate of passing.
I have one for my dog.
And I have one
see?
for my dog, too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so, yeah, she does a really amazing job. And she is, if you talk about her and her son Jacob is now, Janelle has kind of transitioned out of the pet department. And Jacob really does day-to-day operations.
Really?
Yeah, Janelle always takes claim to be the founder. So, but Jacob is really the one who handles day-to-day operations and things like that.
Wow.
But those two are they have some huge passion for animals, and they do an amazing job.
Jacob does as well. I mean, the passion for animals. I know
Yep.
that Janelle did. And when my dog passed, I think Janelle was more, at least as broken up as I was, for sure. So,
Okay.
you got some Hardy Mom information?
Gary, you better still be on there. Kim said, yes, we always have mums, all the daisies, buttons, cushions, Vikings, spiders, etc. So it's an annual thing. You can get them anytime. And if not, she can order them.
All right.
There you go.
Gary,
So I saw there was a comment in there about Safeway. So Gary, stop going to Safeway and come see us at Boulder City Florist.
I have tried to buy flowers at Safeway, and they make it home, and then like a day or 2 days, and that's really the end of it.
Corporate versus family.
Yeah. So
I shop at Safeway, so I'm not knocking them too bad.
no, and they advertise, and thank you, Safeway. Ed Lazat says, "Hi, John. How are you?"
Hey, Ed, how's it going? Hope all's well.
Marley, they were very ethical and helped me with my baby too. So that's another customer. So I think
Thank you very much.
a lot more people out there know about All Pets Go to Heaven than maybe we thought.
It's definitely a service that was needed in the area, and it's been a great thing for our community. Prior to, people were having to drive to either Kingman or Havasu. They were, those pet crematories were open before we were. So.
And I've talked to Janelle about this, and it's not dogs and cats.
No.
She is. She's had some crazy stories of.
She's done, I think, every single animal I can ever even think of. She's done snakes. She did. There's one of those cats, and I cannot remember what it is. I should text her and ask her. But the pelt is worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I'll
she
have to think
cremated
about-
it, pelt and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The family wanted to watch because they wanted to make sure their animal was taken care of. And
Yeah.
she does just about everything. She's done pigs.
Gary Jones says, "Thank you. One of the reasons I asked was I like to buy local." So he appreciates
Thank you, Gary.
that.
I appreciate that.
All right. Speaking of buying local, let's talk about Sunrise Rotary first. So you're a member of Sunrise Rotary Club. That's a
I
Rotary
am
club
proud
down in
member.
Fort Mojave.
They keep trying to steal me to the afternoon club, but
Really?
Yeah. I'm an early riser.
Did you get a signing bonus or anything to go over to?
I talked to Greg about that, and it wasn't looking promising.
No.
No.
So Greg Isis is a money guy, and you know it's hard to pry
Yeah.
money out of
He
his.
squeaks a little more every day.
Yes. All right. So Sunrise Rotary, you guys meet. Was it Wednesdays?
Wednesdays at 7 at El Rio.
7 a.m.
Yep.
Oh, you're at El Rio now.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to jump ship or just join a new organization, Wednesday at 7, tell them John sent you. I'll get the points.
There's a lot of interesting people in that.
There is.
Movers and shakers.
There is. Yep.
Media's Army,
Yep.
you,
Matt Hanrahan,
Matt Hanrahan,
Butch Redmond.
Butch Redmond, Chip Sherrill,
Yep.
Javelinas, Anita Gill.
Anita, yep. Now, I will say this. Any Rotarian knows the four-way test. Medi got me to join Rotary into this club. And to this day, he still cheats and looks at the four-way test.
Does
on
he
a
really?
piece of paper.
It's
Yeah,
four
I
things.
have to hide it every time.
That's insane.
Don't ask me what it is, because now you put me on the spot and I'm not going to remember.
No, I know that you know it. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to. All right, so you have an event coming up this Saturday.
Saturday.
8 o'clock. Well,
be there at 8, so it's the back to
Does that
blue.
does that
Can you
show
hold
up?
that up?
I can see that, yes.
All right.
All right.
Because we're worried about it.
Saturday, June
green screen.
19th, 8 a.m.
Right.
Yep.
So if you, it's back to blue and red. So we're talking all of the first responders. You meet in front of Barron Services on Lakewood Road there in Fort Mojave.
Yep.
You can also line down the new paved street on the corner of Corona and Lakewood. Hopefully that will be needed.
Yep.
So
Thank you, county supervisors, for getting that done. Paving the industrial area.
could you, did you get that done with them? Because I've got some streets down in my neighborhood all
I
the
might
way
have
down
made
to
some
the
calls.
Okay.
John
All right,
needs
well,
some strings
We'll
pulled.
talk. We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah, we'll get yours taken care of.
If you need help decorating your vehicle, they will help you on site from 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. If not, you can show up sometime between that time, get in line,
Yep.
and get ready to go.
Yep, show up at 8 for decoration help, otherwise we'll roll out of there at 9 o'clock.
But this is kind of neat because you are heading south. So it comes out, goes down all the way into Needles. You do a big loop around Needles, come back, and it ends at Javelinas,
Yep.
where you get a free smoothie.
Donations, remember, nothing's free in this world. So
Right.
donations are graciously accepted.
Or asking you for donations because that is a small business, buy local. Movers and Shakers in the Afternoon Club too. Well, no. We'll see.
You guys match.
Was that planned?
Who said that?
They
Someone
said you
said-
guys match. Was it
Carrie
planned?
Faring,
The question is who wore it best,
Oh.
clearly.
Well,
Lizards. Not really sure what that means.
well, that they were asking if you cremated lizards.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
we have done lizards, snakes, turtles.
I think she had told me like a horse or something out of Kingman. She had a.
We've had to do, yeah. Those were
That
different.
seems a little big.
You need a large oven for that.
Yeah, big one.
All right, so back to blue and red, Saturday, June 19th. You guys are also the ones that have adopted the Mojave Valley Park.
Yep.
as well?
Community Park, Fort Mojave Valley Community Park. We even have park rangers. Yeah.
I didn't know they were opening for park rangers. I want to be a park
Well,
ranger.
I mean, it's strictly a volunteer group. Nikki Diaz with Security National Mortgage, she runs that little group of women that go. I tried to pitch getting them tasers and stuff, but we ended up with just getting shirts that say Park Ranger on it. But the Rotary
who are you
group,
going to tase down at the community park?
listen,
Kids out there?
threats are everywhere. Don't run the risk.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good
So, so they go down and because that's a really busy park, biggest dog park in is it
In the state,
Arizona?
yeah. Mhm.
So they do all kinds of tournaments. COVID really blew them out of the water as far as being busy, but there's a lot of stuff to look and take care of. I mean, it is. Let's all remember that is privately funded, but it was built by the community for the community and maintained by the community. There's no government backing for that park, so treat it as if it was your own backyard.
Right, we were down there for the well digging, and that was privately raised funds along with some money from Legacy to help
Yep.
out with that. I talked to Medi a little bit. They've got some big, I don't know, Marley says use pepper spray.
I pepper
Instead of the taser.
That works, right?
He's got some huge plans for like the concession stand and all that.
Concession stand. They want to put in a splash pad. Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
It's not over.
How much did you pay that person to
Tristan?
to type that?
Tristan's our
What
boy.
did Tristan say?
How
He
much
says,
you
love
guys-
these
how much you guys
Q&As,
put-
my two favorite Johns.
Yes. That makes us sound a little bad when we're called Johns, but I mean, I'll take that.
John knows.
I'll take that.
Cindy Frizzell says, John Hassett, am I going to see you at Parks and Recs at 5:30? Are you in the Park and Rec Commission?
Apparently. No, I'm not. I'm on the Planning and Zoning Commission, though.
Oh.
Cindy, that's very possible. It's a great question.
All right, last thing I want to talk to you about is the chamber.
Okay.
You are the interim director
The proud interim director of the Bullhead Area Chamber of Commerce.
while the search continues.
Yep.
So you have first of all, you have a mixer tomorrow over at Finley on the Parkway,
Yes.
5:30.
Yep. Yesterday, so we had a ribbon cutting yesterday, new business in town, Total Health Chiropractic. And that's right down the street, Miracle Mile. And then tomorrow is the Finley mixer.
You've been getting a lot more events now that things are opening up, it seems
We
like
are
you got
packed.
Yeah.
We put out the email and to the e-blast to all of our members, and we filled up within 3 hours. I think there was a couple open spots.
for mixers.
Mixers, ribbon cuttings even. Ribbon cuttings are still rolling in, but mixers filled up very quickly.
I think a lot of people that opened their businesses during COVID and didn't have a chance to really celebrate it.
Right.
Sheila Barnett's not one. She just opened that up, but I think there were a lot of other people that didn't get a chance to really celebrate their opening. So I'm glad to see all that. Let's talk about what's going on down at the chamber when it comes to the parking and the visitor center and all that. I mean, how has that fencing there impacted you guys?
That's a great question. So, for those of you who don't know, the city has a concession. It's actually a convenience store, really. I mean, is
A
it?
snack bar, right?
Yeah. Well,
but it also has clothes.
They
and
got clothes. They got
flip-flops
shot glasses. They got
sunglasses.
Sunglasses. They got everything you can think of. Anything you
saw
could
that.
need. Pepsi went down and did a deal with them. Supplied coolers and beverages. I mean, they've. If you haven't been there, I encourage you to go. They've done an amazing job down there. And they also they have a police substation that they put in due to all the traffic, heavy traffic down there. And then they're using the lower facilities for rentals for parties and things like that. So partnering with the city, the chamber with the city partnership I think it's been great. It's been a great relationship. We've been able to enhance the chamber and make it even better than it was before. But on the flip side, parking has become, I've heard some complaints here and there, but I think for the most part, the city's been doing really well on generating revenue and giving back to the community and providing. You can see all the work they did on the beach.
Yeah.
Our visitor center is slowed down slightly on the weekends when the parking is restricted, and it's a madhouse. I mean, that place is packed on the weekends.
Yeah, even though they're charging, it still fills up.
Oh yeah,
That's for sure.
it's insane.
And one of the things that people have to understand is that whole downstairs. When I was there, we would get people renting it in the summer here and there, but it was built a long time ago, and it was hard for the
It's a
air
little warm in
conditioners
there.
to keep up, so it would
Yep.
get warm, so we would not really get that much income down there during the summertime. So it's income that the chamber would be receiving that it normally wouldn't.
Correct. Yeah. So it's an income producing partnership with the city. Summertime was always a slight bit slower for us, and it made great sense. So
Yeah, good. So, anything else coming up over there? I think that we've got so we had our ACES Awards this year, and we had the young lady that won our journalism award, Maya Radich. She started yesterday.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah. In fact, we have a section coming out, I think Sunday, that she already wrote a story for.
Very cool.
Well, she mentioned today that there is some sort of thing between the chamber and I think she said MEC and somebody else that are working on helping with rent assistance. Do you know anything about that?
So the chamber was fortunate enough to receive a grant from the state of Arizona, and we were able to put that towards memberships, new memberships, past due memberships, MEC. We can do any type of utility. So we actually members can sign on the grant form, and then we pay their utility bills. Essentially, I mean it sounds a lot more complicated than it is, but we put it out there, and we've expensed a lot of that grant.
All right, so
and injected that money back into the community.
So that's where the partnership with MEC is, that people that are
So
struggling to pay their.
I wouldn't say it's a partnership with MEC because it's not restricted just to MEC. As long as you put in for the grant, and you could do water, sewer, any utilities really. So it wasn't restricted, but that's a close way of saying it.
Yeah.
We work closely with MEC to make sure people's power doesn't go off, so their air stays on.
That would be bad.
Got one more question.
You got one on there? Or are you talking about hers? Yeah, Marley, it says, what's going on with our homeless situation at the parks now with the heat? I don't know that that's really a question for John. We had the mayor on last week, and we talked a little bit about that. I can tell you that the Guardian Foundation just got a van. So they're going to be able to start taking people from there over to the Christine Stamper home to help them.
Get them to the cooling centers and stuff like that.
Yeah, get them up to Suddenlink right now this week. I don't know if they've received the van yet or not. I don't know if you know anything.
So I don't know about that, but I do know they put in cooling stations not only in Bullitt City but other towns as well, especially Mojave County. But for those of you who don't know, Kathy Peterson, who's our executive director for Northern Arizona for Catholic Charities, which is a board that I sit on as well, they're trying very hard, very diligently to get that shelter opened for 24/7 access.
Yeah, we are going to have Kathy on here next week. I think she's on next Thursday.
Valley Voices or question and answers?
We're getting on Valley Voices.
Valley Voices, yeah.
But one of the things they gave us was, let me just read this for you, and we've been saying it at the Daily Dose in the morning, but we are reaching out for you for your help. We are deeply concerned that we may be unable to achieve our goal of opening for overnights due to the lack of staff and volunteers. We're in need of both paid staff for our overnight shifts and for volunteers with a heart to serve our community members who are experiencing homelessness or just need a little extra hand up. There are many areas within our daily shelter operations where volunteers can serve. We need volunteers to assist our chef in preparing and serving meals 7 nights a week. The meal volunteers would commit to serving at the Center for Help and Hope from 4 until 5:30 p.m. So I've got their contact information. If you're ready, it's 928-404-3144. Or you can reach out to lprice@cc-az.org and give them a hand. So they can't really get, Marley, we will put it in the comments. All right, let's ask Vincine's question and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Go for it.
So Vincine says, John,
It's
Ready.
a good one. It's a good one.
what is your vision for the continued growth of Bullhead City, and what would you personally like to see happen in the near future? John has told me over and over again that he is not willing to run for governor yet,
Not yet.
but I really think that
Governor.
that
There's
there
some
is.
steps in between there that you
You
got to
gotta go
get.
to the mayor
I
first.
really think that, well, he doesn't live in Bullhead, but I know that he's considered moving to Bullhead to become the mayor.
I may have acquired a residential property,
He also is.
transition into that space.
We've
He can
had some
always move to one of
discussions.
his,
We've had
places.
some discussions about county supervisor, either here or down in the valley. But I think John is a go big or go home guy. I see him going right past those, going right to.
I don't have the bankroll to run for presidency, otherwise I'd be in there.
Not yet.
So that's a great question. I think that the city of Bullhead has done an amazing job. I for one, am a big supporter of the beach, the waterfront work. I think that that's what really makes a huge impact in our community, not only for the locals who want to go and enjoy the time with their kids, but also bringing in people from out of town. If you've lived here long enough, I was born in Havasu. I've lived here my entire life. You lived here long enough, all you can talk about is, I want to go to the ocean. I want to go to Williams. I want to go to the cooler weather. And I have a lot of family that live in California, and they only want to come out here. They love it out here. They bought homes out here. They love the beach. They love the water. I think that what the city's doing, their path and their plan for how they're improving the waterfront and the district area that they want to kind of put together in there, I think is amazing. I've always been, and I've said this to everybody, I've always been a big proponent of, I think we need a Main Street. I think we need that common gathering space where everyone can be and everything can happen, you know?
Yeah, and when I was at the chamber, we sat down and we looked at that and how that can happen, assuming that Old Bullhead is that main street, and that can't be.
Right.
The city would have to purchase private property in order to make any changes there, and we certainly can't go down to a 25-mile-an-hour bottleneck down there. So unless we designated some other area,
Yeah.
as
You
downtown.
just buy a chunk of land and put in some road that says Main Street, and then
Here
if you
it is.
build it, they will come.
That's right.
But
That's the
yeah,
way it is.
I really think that they're doing an amazing job with that, improving the area. As much as I think everyone hates the road construction, especially in Fort Mojave, the medians, I think it does look really good, and so.
Yeah. All right. Did you get anything on YouTube?
Nope.
Jeff?
We're good.
All right, then we're going to wrap it up. John's got apparently a park and rec meeting that you need
5:30.
to
Where's
get
that at,
to.
Cindy? I'll Google it.
All right, then we're going to wrap it up. John, thanks, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Appreciate it. Thank
And,
you very much.
Thank you again for all the things that you're doing our community. I know it's much appreciated.
pleasure.
As a veteran, especially, we appreciate what you and your family have done for us. So.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, tomorrow morning at 7:30, we have our Daily Dose. And tomorrow night You know who we got tomorrow night? Valley Voices.
Todd Levitt?
Todd Levitt is on tomorrow
Now listen,
night.
if Todd's going to be there, prepare for the show to either start 5 minutes late or 5 minutes early.
Yes,
Okay.
Todd.
And it's 5 minutes on the dot. Never on time.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes.
Either early or late.
Plus or
okay?
minus.
He's
we'll
either
have to remember that.
last minute or he's 5 minutes late. Yeah. So
He's
Todd, if
probably
you're watching, you
Oh, Todd's watching. What's up, buddy?
is he on?
Oh, no, I just said he might be
He
watching.
better be
Oh,
watching.
You better be.
And he better be on time. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you in the morning.
See you in the morning,
See ya.
everyone. Bye.